Hello everyone and welcome back to WesterosCraft Walks. I'm your host Kobe.
And I'm Lucia.
And today we are having a look at Stokeworth. So these are the windmills we saw in the Birch episode, 2 episodes ago. This is the road that divides Birch and Edgerton. So you can see over here, this is where we were last week in Edgerton. And we're going north to Stokeworth. So these windmills kind of form the boundary of their lands. So we will head into their lands. It's not that big, but it has a lot of history, the house. It is in the Crown Lands north of King's Landing and close to Duskendale as well. But we won't go into that at the moment. So as we walk through the fields towards the castle, which you can see in the distance over there, we will go over the history, but first we will go over the heraldry of the house. So their sigil is a little lamb holding a nice goblet, which you will see on screen right now. And they have house words as well, which is proud to be faithful. And they were pretty faithful, I guess. Well, we'll go into that in the history, which is a nice transition into the history, which we'll start right now. There's quite a lot of it, as I mentioned earlier. So it starts during Aegon's conquest. House Stokeworth was nearby Aegon's Landing. So they quickly surrendered to Visenya when she kind of set the roof of their castle on fire with her dragon. So yeah, that was a quick turnabout for them. So they were one of the first lords to come to Aegon's cause. I think was that it for Aegon's? No, actually, they maybe because of that. Later, during Aegon's reign, Lord Alan Stokeworth was named Hand of the King to Aegon the Conqueror. That was in 34 AC, so that was a little while after the conquest. And a year later, in 35 AC, he was tasked together with Aegon's sister wife Visenya to oversee the construction of the Red Keep. And as with other lords around King's Landing, Lord Stokeworth was actually also one of the only lords that remained loyal to Maegor, as were we've talked about it in the previous episodes as well. Now it's your turn, Lucia.
So when the Dance of the Dragons began, Lord Stokeworth was among the Black Lords at court, imprisoned for being loyal to Rhaenyra Targaryen. You've got those blacks versus those greens. It's like the Blood and the Crips for the Game of Thrones. So he was loyal to Princess Rhaenyra instead of her rival Aegon. And when he was brought before the King's Justice, however, Lord Stokeworth was one of the few lords to actually change sides and swear fealty to Aegon. But then after Rhaenyra after she took King's Landing from Aegon, he tried to switch back to her, but she was having none of it, and she cut his head off.
Yeah, so. I guess that's so much for loyalty.
I know, with their words being like how they're faithful, like.
Yeah, I guess they were faithful to Maegor.
Yeah,
I guess. Yeah, I was kind of stuck in this one, like in this little court. Back to the video. You have like nice views around the castle lands of the castle, views of the castle. But yeah, we are going into a little village. This is Stokeworth Village, and as you'll see in a moment, this is on the boundary to on the border to Mallory. It's Mallory, right? That's how you say it? Which we will have a look at in next episode.
I already know I'm bad at pronouncing half of these words. Like, I see these names and I'm like, Felina?
Felina.
You know, someone at home who's like, what the hell?
Words.
That's not how you say this. And I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah. Oh, you want to say that bit? Yeah. So you can talk about Felina.
At the age of 8, Lady Felina Stokeworth was considered a potential match for Aegon III this time, following the death of Queen Jaehaera.
Yeah, Jaehaera Targaryen.
Jaehaera Targaryen. They make these names difficult for me on purpose. Before the Maiden's Day cattle show, we should start doing those again. The cattle show of women. Am I right, lads? However, when she fell down the stairs, she broke her leg, which is not great. If she was a cow, she'd be killed. In 149 AC, she became Prince Aegon's, who I think is Aegon the
third
Fourth.
one. Is it the fourth one? Or it could be. If it's a prince. Yes, if it's a prince, then it's the fourth. Yeah, that would later.
Come on, there's more
become
names
fourth,
than just Aegon. People, be a bit more creative. It's hard when you're like, is it Aegon the first, second, third, fourth, fifth? The 169th. So she became his mistress, and then about 2 years after she started banging him, she got married to Sir Lucas
Lodston.
Thank you. And then he was actually named Lord of Harrenhal, so she went off to Harrenhal with him to become Lady of Harrenhal. But surprisingly, King Aegon actually, he loved to visit Harrenhal. I wonder why. Great views, I guess. Nice big castle.
You can say about Baelor as well if you want.
So after the death of King Baelor in 171 AC, rest in peace, big buddy, Lady Maya Stokeworth suggested that his uncle, King Viserys II Targaryen, had poisoned Baelor the Blessed to gain the throne. Drama and tea, sis.
Ooh, yeah. So,
tea time.
And another reference now to Dunk and Egg, if you've read the stories or are familiar with it. In 193 AC, Lord Stokeworth was overthrown in a melee at King's Landing by Sir Arlen of Pennytree. You'll know him if you read the Hedge Knight series.
See, whenever I hear someone say dunk and egg, I know it's dunk and egg, but I hear dunk in egg.
Yeah. So we've actually reached the castle as well.
The Duncan in egg.
Yeah, they got a little side entrance there. We are almost done with the history. So when Lord Brynden Rivers marched on White Walls to squash the Second Blackfire Rebellion, House Stokeworth was also marching in support of him. Now in more recent history, Manly Stokeworth, his name was Manly, was in charge of, he was a commander of the City Watch of King's Landing. And when he died, that was when Janos Slynt took over. So that was the history. Now Lucia will go over some things from the first book, I guess.
So in super recent history, Lord Peter Baelish, also known as Littlefinger by most of you, is often invited to dine with Lady Tanda Stokeworth and her daughters. Some of you may know her, one of them from the show. Her name is Lolis.
Yeah, the dim-witted one that Bronn ends up getting together with.
Yeah, she's interesting. And Littlefinger actually hopes to marry her because,
yeah, well, that was in the first book.
Yeah,
because he thought it was gonna be a good alliance, but then, stuff happened.
Stuff happened.
Lolis got well.
She did not have a great time in King's Landing. Let's just put it that way. But Littlefinger considers Tanda to be a really great ally for him, and he hopes that Tanda Stokeworth himself and Eddard Stark can depose the Lannisters from power just after King Robert Baratheon dies.
But I guess Littlefinger changed his mind.
Yeah, it's Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
It's not Game of Friends.
Yeah, so we are in the castle. We've just covered the walls. We are about to enter the main keep as well. Gotta find a little bed as well, because it's getting dark.
Bedtime, sis, bedtime.
Mm-hmm.
Which is like me at 9 o'clock at night. I'm like, bedtime. Bye, guys.
They got a little sept. And they got some nice rays as well, coming through the gate. They got that little sheep with the goblet there. You see it?
Oh, it's so funny. If you go on the Game of Thrones wiki, the sheep that they've drawn looks so high, and it's just sitting there holding this little goblet. Like, what up, dude?
So we are inside the castle. We've kind of done the lore. You got the small audience chamber here for whenever people want to come visit him, the Lord. The dining room here. We just came back from holiday. I guess we'll talk about holidays.
Okay.
Lucia, you speaking of sheep.
What?
Well, we went to the petting zoo.
Of course. We went to an actual zoo that had a petting zoo.
Yeah.
And it had an enclosure with guinea pigs in, but they were not in the petting zoo. Like when you first come in, it's like all these animals, and then I was like, "What's this?" I'm like, "It's freaking guinea pigs! What the hell? Why are these in a zoo?"
If you want to see us with little goats, I put a little Twitter video up. You can check the link in the description from
Why are they not in
Twitter.
the petting zoo?
The guinea pigs, they're probably too small.
Yeah, but put them in an enclosure within the petting zoo, because they had goats and chickens, even though you're not going to pet a chicken.
Yeah.
But, okay.
Well, they were fighting.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm still looking for a bed, aren't I? On the
Just
screen.
sleep in a bathtub.
I think I found one here, yeah. So, I found a little bed. Nice window outside. A nice breeze, I guess. So, a little nap, and then we'll be able to go to the top of the castle and get a nice view. So it's morning. I think we just have these are like the chambers where people sleep. I guess the strategy chamber as well. And then we also have the Lord's chamber above this, where we will have a look at in a moment.
Oh, no. 10 minutes of Kobe looking for the stairs.
No, I know where they were, but I knew there were.
Go to the stairs.
There were 2 stairs, but the second stairs don't start until the next level up. So yeah. Here we are gonna have a look at the Lord's chamber, and then also the Maester's chamber. But the Maester's chamber is not near the rookery, which you might have seen earlier, which is in one of the towers on the wall. So I guess the Maester's gotta walk a little bit to get to the rookery to send the messages.
It was so funny. He was looking for ages to find the rookery, and he left the castle, and I was like, I bet it's that one right there with the pointy roof, and it was.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, I guess it is another level up before the Lord's chambers. I think these are just more fancy chambers for other people. Then you also have the armor stands in the hallway, and the nice big windows. These, I believe this might be Lawless's room, or it might be one of the.
Don't leave any sharp objects around. She might just walk into them.
Yeah, it might be someone else, but it is a character's room specifically. That was it for this floor. And now I go to the same stairs, I believe. No, this was the room I was in before.
Kobe, are you the sheep?
What?
Just drunk and...
Oh, it's drinking from the goblet.
Drinking from the goblet.
Yeah. Here is the Lord's... this is top of these stairs. But then there are other stairs on the other side of the castle which get to the top.
It doesn't look that big from the outside, but inside it's really big.
Oh, I was gonna say the opposite.
Oh.
That it looks quite big from the outside, but it's smaller in the inside.
Well, I think it's because they've got big ceilings.
Yeah, I guess so, yeah.
Like high walls.
Mm-hmm.
High ceilings.
Yeah, so that was the Lord's chamber. Here you have the Maester's chamber. Lots of bookshelves as well. The Black Bat, of course.
One object you will not find in Molly's room.
What? A book?
Bookshelves?
Oh. It's not nice to make fun of dim-witted people.
Okay. I'm sorry, I won't make fun of you anymore.
Wow.
Zing! Zing.
Wow.
Look in the comments where someone's like, Kobe's not stupid. He's cool. No, he's not.
I am cool.
Okay. You know you're cool and you have to say you're cool. Me, I'm cool. My mom says I'm cool.
So we are at the top now. We have a little look around the surrounding lands. Next...
I'm surprised there's nothing up here though. Like,
Well, there's some sleepy chambers here.
No, but I mean, sometimes on like when they have a big roof like this that's flat,
they
they'll
might do
put
a
up
garden.
Not necessarily a garden, which would be nice up here, but like a sitting area that's covered. They have that in Yonwood.
Yeah. You got the fields here. There are lots of fields, mainly fields in the Stokeworth lands. So yeah, for next time we will be going to Mallory, which is north of Stokeworth. We haven't really got much choice, so no poll on this video. There is also Duskendale, but it's work in progress, so we can't go there yet. So we will cross that little bridge to Mallory. But yeah, on screen right now you can find a link to the WesterosCraft playlist, as well as a link to my personal channel. If you're interested in seeing what we were up to during our holidays, you can follow me on Twitter or have a look at my Twitter. I posted a few little videos on there. But yeah, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next week.
Bye guys!